Hey everybody, it's Jason Cruz once again with another episode of the interview for MMA Payout. And today we are talking to the very busy 20-year-old PFL 5 happens June 16th. Evelyn Martins, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. It's good to be back talking to you. I think we had a conversation right before one of my fights on the Challenge Series, and here we are again.
Yes, yes, you remember. You remember. Thank you so much.
You,
I was alluding to the fact that you are very busy this year. Fourth fight happening June 16th against I cannot pronounce her name. But it's happening Friday, June 16th, in Atlanta. How is your body keeping up with all of the fights that are occurring?
oh, that is a great question because it seems to be that everybody else now it's asking me the same thing. Because come on, who does 3 fights in less than 45 days and gets ready for another fight for June? I mean, my is holding pretty well. Actually, I've never felt better. I am in love with this process to have back-to-back fights. Not gonna lie, it's kind of hard some days, but at the same time, I love this. I love everything I'm going through. I love the training camps back to back, and I love to be busy, and I'm just so happy with it.
Now, you're at American Top Team, is that correct?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you have been doing or not doing since this kind of a compressed schedule here, 4 fights in almost 4 months?
I mean, I gotta tell you something. Your training camp ever, never gonna get easier. It's always hard and harder. So I have a pretty busy schedule. I had a pretty busy schedule this training camp. I mean, everything I did it right, and we just finished it off some trainings right now before fight week. But no, we didn't. We didn't. We keep it on the same way and just trying to get better and better for each fight.
Okay. And so let me ask you, go back to you were at PFL Challengers when we first talked. So you had a fight in February, and then did they ask you back to do another fight, or were you a late fill-in for the second PFL Challengers that you did in March?
I mean, we all know I had a little bit of trouble and issue in the beginning of this year with the weight cut. Was definitely something I did not want it to happen, but anyways, it happened. I mean, I couldn't do anything else, but I tried my best, and but I believe that contract was supposed to be mine this February 3rd. If I yeah, and I mean, it did not happen because of the weight issue. That's for sure. I had that on my mind after I finished the fight and all. But then they looked up at me and they was like, "Are you ready to try a second chance?" I was like, "Heck yeah! When is it?" And they were like, "4 weeks from now." And I was like, "I'll be ready. Just call me." And that's exactly what happened. I came back better, made weight so much easier, and fought again. And I mean, the 2 times this series is 2 fight of the nights. So I proved more than once, I proved twice that I was like, I deserve the opportunity to be in the season. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. And you've taken advantage of your opportunities. Do you know this, or has someone told you this? You are a stoppage away from the playoffs already. Is that something that lays in your mind as you get into preparing for your fight, or are you just more along the lines of just maintaining the status quo, getting the W, however it can happen?
Well, obviously, thought about finishing the fight early, especially because that works by points. And then obviously the but I'm prepared to fight the whole 3 rounds. But at the same time, every time I step into the cage, I'm always gonna give my 100% each round. So I expect this fight to be nothing but a war in the first, in the second, and in the third, if we go to the 3 rounds. But I'm working so much hard, and I mean, I just want to bring to fight works, on June 16th. So all you something can happen in the first or in the beginning of the second. So that's what I have in my mind right now.
Now, do you have in the back of your mind that you possibly could be doing up to maybe 7 or 8 fights this year if all goes well and you make it to New York?
Yes, I already counted. So, going through this fight, it's gonna be my fourth. It's gonna be 6 or 7 fights totally this year, and I think this is something really cool, and I love that idea, and I'm just so excited for it, and I want to do it all. I want to do it all.
Oh my goodness. So Marina Mokntkina is your opponent. I totally flailed the first time that I tried to do it. But Marina Mokntkina is your opponent. What do you know about her?
She seems to be a very good style on the ground game, a sambo style. She's Russian, so that's what I've been watching her last year when I could not fight on the Challenger Series or in the season. I was watching all of them. So uh, watching them, I was training too. And, she's a great grappler. I'm not gonna lie, Sambo style. But like I always say, and I'll keep telling people over and over, is that I'll be prepared to fight anywhere. So if it gets to a point that we're down, fight style, then the problem right there. But that's what I know about her. But she fought one of my teammates, and she I watched her last fight. We were actually in the same locker room, and all I know about her. What I know is that I'm training hard, and I mean it's gonna be a great fight, and that's all I can say.
Awesome. So Evelyn, you fight Friday. Next is it next Friday the 16th? Yeah, it is. Sorry. I should know that, but next Friday the 16th in Atlanta. We wish you good luck. The one of the before we sign off, one of the funniest things to me funny, but maybe you did not know this, or maybe you did know this. In your April fight, you fought on Good Friday. Did you probably knew that. You fought on Good Friday. Um, and you said in your post-fight interview that Jesus was coming back very soon, which I'm not sure if you intend to know that it's to say that or because it was Easter weekend and he rises on Sunday. Was that something that was planned, or is that something that you always say in your thanking God Jesus in your post-fight interviews?
About that. You know, I'm pretty sure Gary's coming. So I've always tried to tell people, hey, get ready, because he's actually coming. People still hanging out, doing crazy things, and actually not trying to figure out their lives yet. And it's I didn't even realize it was like close to Easter, and no, I just said that because I don't know. Once you have the feeling on that something real happened, you just say it out and loud, and that's exactly what I did. But I'm thinking about right now, it's like, oh my god, it made so much sense. So cool, right? Yeah,
Good Friday, and then Easter is on Sunday, so he was coming back.
yes, but cool that you. I mean, you asked me and told me that, but yes, I just said because I have that inside of me, and I believe it's happening anytime soon. And soon for me, it can be like in a couple years, in a couple months, or even a day. So I just have it with me right now.
Well, that's great. Well, Evelyn, thank you so much. I'm sure we'll be talking to you maybe 2, 3, 4 more times this year, I hope. So good luck. Uh, June 16th in Atlanta, PFL 5. Evelyn, thank you so much for your time. All right. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.